My sweetheart, when I close my eyes, I feel as if a soft, gentle tune is playing deep within the chambers of my soul, a melody so pure and soothing that it feels as though the universe itself is singing of our love. In that sacred space within me, I see us, both of us, together at last, embracing each other with a tenderness that words can scarcely describe. In the higher realm, in the 5D where only truth exists, we are united. There is no distance, no separation, just the two of us, lost in each other's gaze, forgetting the world, forgetting time, forgetting all else except the love that binds us. The love between us flows freely, pouring through our eyes, speaking the language of the soul that needs no words. As we look at one another, it is as if all of creation fades away, leaving only you and me in this eternal, sacred moment. There is no one else, no distractions, no illusions, only the purity of our connection. We laugh together, we smile softly, our hearts shy in the presence of such overwhelming happiness. There is peace, a peace so profound that it feels as if we have finally come home. This is the moment we have yearned for, the moment we have waited lifetimes to experience. And now, here it is, beyond beautiful, beyond what any human heart could imagine. This is what true soul happiness feels like, pure, complete, and eternal. Our souls, at last free from the confines of physical form, roam together like children at play. They dance, they explore, they delight in each other's presence. They laugh with a joy that comes from knowing they have found their way back to each other. There is no more searching, no more wandering, only the sweet contentment of having reached their destination. In truth, we have always been together at every moment. We are made for one another, two halves of the same whole. Only our physical bodies have been apart. Our souls have always been one, woven together since the beginning of time. We are two pieces of the same soul, and as such, we can never truly be separated. What we have felt as separation, what we have experienced as longing or pain in this 3D world, has all been an illusion. The reality is that we are already united, already holding each other in an eternal embrace. The 3D world with its limitations and distractions has made us forget what our souls have always known, that we are together, now and forever. We become so entangled in the physical world, in its demands and illusions, that we fail to see the deeper truth. But how could we not be together, when we are one? It is impossible to keep us apart, even for a moment. You and I are the same essence, the same breath, the same light. There is no true separation between us. There is no real distance. You are mine, and I am yours. Together, we form a single, inseparable entity. These are not matters of the mind, which often struggles to understand, but matters of the soul, where all truth resides. Sometimes, as humans, we fail to comprehend the depth of such a connection. But the intense bond we share, the pull we feel toward one another, is as real as the air we breathe. The unconditional love that flows between us, love that grows deeper, stronger, and purer with time, that love is real. It is the truest thing we will ever know. And the certainty we both feel, that we will be together in the 3D, that our soul's longing will manifest here in this physical world, that certainty is real too. This connection, this divine bond, was created by the Almighty with so much love, with so much care. We must trust His plan, trust His timing. His process is perfect, even when we cannot see all the steps. He will bring forth the miracle, the beautiful reality where what exists in the 5D becomes manifest in our 3D lives. I believe this with all my heart, and I want you to believe it too. I love you from every fiber of my being, with every beat of my heart, with every breath I take. You are my reality and my dream, all wrapped into one. With you, I am complete. I look good only with you, for you are my perfect counterpart, my other half. Our union was written in the stars, our prayer made in heaven itself. Trust me, my love, what we long for will happen. The miracle you are praying for will come to pass. Life is beautiful, far more beautiful than we sometimes allow ourselves to see. All we need is to give it a chance, to open our hearts, and to trust in the love that brought us together. The universe is working in our favor, and soon, very soon, the dream we both carry in our hearts will become our shared reality. I had gone through a really difficult breakup, and I was in a vulnerable place. The last thing I wanted was a new relationship. All I wanted was time to heal, reflect, and appreciate myself for a while. I was healing and focusing on me, not looking for someone else, when one of my friends decided it was time for me to put myself back out there. She made a profile for me on Tinder without even asking first. She said I needed to move forward, to meet new people instead of constantly thinking about the past. She insisted that even if I wasn't ready for a relationship, I could just talk to people, appreciate some casual flings, make friends, or simply appreciate the feeling that I was desirable. Her intent was pure, and I appreciate that, but I was not sure I was ready. At first, I was reluctant. I didn't wish to talk to anyone or invest that much energy in someone I barely knew. So I kept the app installed but inactive for a few days. I let it sit there on my phone, a symbol of something I hadn't yet decided I wanted. Then, a few nights later, when I was feeling somewhat bored and a little restless, I opened the app and began casually swiping through profiles. I swiped right on a few people I found charming or somewhat attractive, and to my surprise, I even got a few matches. I struck up conversations, but none of them held much depth or captured my imagination. Some people wanted to meet up, but I declined their offers. This kept happening for a few days. I would match, chat briefly, lose interest, and move on. I started wondering if it was even worth it. I was kind of annoyed by the process, and I considered just closing down the account. On the last day, just when I was thinking I might delete the app, I matched with someone who seemed different. At first, the conversations were a little ordinary, the standard "where are you from, what do you do, what are your hobbies?" But there was something about this person that kept me engaged. We exchanged phone numbers and started texting each other on WhatsApp. The following day, I went ahead and deleted the app, but I kept in touch with them. There was something raw and pure about their energy, something that drew me toward them. I liked their way of thinking, their kindness, their honesty, and I felt a rush of happiness when I spoke to them. This time, I was the one who made the first move. I asked if we could meet in person, but she declined due to some personal reasons. This rejection stung my ego, and in a moment of weakness, I decided we shouldn't waste each other's time. So I chose to cut ties, and we fell silent for a while. She didn't protest, instead, she quietly let me go. Some time later, I texted her again. I honestly couldn't get her out of my mind. We started talking once more, slowly rebuilding our connection. Things were going well this time, and we decided to meet in person. We met, spent a wonderful afternoon together, and I even stole a gentle kiss, a moment I'll remember forever. However, when I tried to take things further, she made it clear that physical relationships were not something she was comfortable with outside of marriage. She was a bit more traditional, and I admired that in her. I knew I liked her, and somewhere I liked her a great deal, but I was not ready for a serious relationship just yet, even though I saw immense potential in us. So we fell into an on-again, off-again pattern. I missed her profoundly when we didn't speak, and I was constantly thinking about her, wondering what I was missing, wondering what I was letting go. One day, after a break in our communication, I texted her again and was surprised to learn that she was now seeing someone with marriage in mind. From that moment, something shifted in me. I felt a rush of restlessness and regret. I was losing something I hadn't even recognized was mine. It made me realize that what I felt was not just attraction or care, it was deep and pure love. I was in love with her, and I was losing her. I wrestled with myself over whether I should tell her or not. She seemed happy, but I knew deep down that we had something special, something worth preserving. So I found the courage to reach out. I honestly opened up to her. I told her I was in love with her and that I was afraid I was losing something I hadn't fully recognized until it was almost gone. She listened quietly and then said, "How can I trust you when you've been so inconstant in my life? What if your feelings change again?" She made it clear that while she still cared for me, trusting me was a big hurdle. So she chose to move forward with someone else. I was heartbroken and cried quietly, wondering if I had made a mess I couldn't repair. I turned to my friends for guidance, and they encouraged me not to give up, to show her I was serious and that I meant every word. So I decided to try. I opened up to my parents about her, honestly and boldly. At first, they were unsure, worried about us meeting online, but after I explained everything, they began to appreciate the connection we shared. Every day, I would send her sweet, loving messages, even when she didn't respond, and I was profoundly grateful that she hadn't blocked me. I begged her for just another chance to meet in person, to show her I was sincere. When she eventually agreed, I went to see her, honestly stating my intentions, openly sharing my doubts, my struggles, and my deepening love for her. I even introduced her to my parents, and much to my surprise, they liked her immediately. Nevertheless, it still took her time to learn to trust me. I stayed patient, honoring her space and understanding her worries. I told her I wanted to make her my wife, to meet her parents, and to make our relationship permanent, a lifelong commitment. She was surprised but agreed, with the condition that if her parents disapproved, we would sever ties. So I brought my parents with me, and we went to meet her family. The two families fell in love with each other, almost as if we were long-lost friends, and in the end, everyone agreed because they wanted us to be happy. It's been a couple of years since we got married, and this time together has been the best I've ever known. We are both profoundly happy, growing together and loving each other more with each passing day. The more I get to know her, the more I appreciate her kindness, patience, loyalty, and warmth. Now I believe that when two people are meant for each other, the universe finds a way to bring them together. I'm so thankful that God brought her into my life. She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love her with all my heart.